Good day everyone. I am Sanray Daralon, BSCE 2B. Today, I will be the reporter to discuss about the medium and techniques, visual arts, and curation under the topic of arts and artisans. Medium and techniques. Mediums is the mode of expression in which the concept, idea, or message is conveyed. These are the materials which are used by an artist to interpret his feelings or thoughts. Technique is the manner in which artist controls his medium to achieve the desired effect. It has something to do with way he manipulates his mediums to express his idea. It refers to the materials which the artist uses to objectify their feelings or thought. That means the artist used the medium to transform the ideas into an artwork. Examples are paintings. In painting, artists should use pigment. In sculpture, it uses stone or wood and metal or other materials. In architecture, they use various building materials like hollow blocks. In music, it uses sound. In literature, it uses words. In dance, it uses body movements. Those are movements that the art is uses. According to medium, are classified into first is visual arts, those whose medium can be seen and occupy space. So, all what we see is considered as occupying space. For example, painting. It can be visual arts because it can enjoy by looking at piece of artworks and seeing our own eyes. Two categories of visual arts. First is two-dimensional arts such as painting, drawing, printmaking, and photography. Second is three-dimensional art such as sculpture, architecture, and landscaping. Second is auditory or time arts. This medium can be heard and expressed in time. These are music and literature. Third and last one is combined arts. This medium can be both seen and heard and which exist in both space and time. These are dance, drama, opera, and movies. Along with music, they are also as performing arts. Artist technique. Artist technique it is something that artist's knowledge of his medium and his skill in making to achieve what he wants to eat make up what is called technique. It means artist technique referring about the skills itself to create artworks. Examples is color mixing. If we combine color red and blue, it can be violet. Blue and yellow can be green. Those are the basic technique in mixing colors. So, primary colors, if we mix them, what is the color that is being produced? Of course, it is secondary color. Other than that, there are lots of techniques that an artist need to know in order to improve their skills. Also, techniques varies from one artist to another. Maybe we can say that artists are the same techniques, but definitely in other way, there are individual artists has its own style and techniques. Besides techniques, it requires creativity. Next in line is visual arts. Visual arts, it is something that's delight in our eyes. Classification of visual arts. First is painting. It is an image created using pigments on a surface such as paper or canvas. The pigment may be in a wet form such as paint or a dry form such as pastels. Proceed to elements of painting are color and tone, non-traditional elements and rhythm. Examples of paintings. First is the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, one of the world's most recognizable paintings. Next example is Mahmud Farsian and Vineyard in Spring. Next classification is drawing. It is the art of technique of producing images on a surface, usually paper by means of marks, usually ink, graphite, chalk, charcoal, or even crayons. A drawing is at the heart or soul of an artist's way to express themselves. Kinds of drawing. First is life drawing. Life drawing, also known as figure drawing, that portrays all the expression. Second is emotional drawing. It emphasizes on exploring and expressing different emotion, feelings, mood, time, and etc. These are generally depicted in the form of personality. Third is sketching. It's a kind of drawing that put forward an instant thought of an artist. Last is analytic drawing. Analytic drawing, it is something that creates clear understanding and presentation of observation, maybe in an artist, are called analytic drawing. Next classification is carving. It is one of the oldest types of art, is considered as carving. Carving is an art form common to all cultures from the Stone Age. Kinds of carving are bone carving, tree carving, stone carving, ice carving, ivory carving, fruit carving, vegetable carving, and wood carving. Examples of carving are the carved statue of Guanyin, Liao Dynasty, Northern China, a beautiful example of medieval. Next is the head of St. Anne Limewood, Hermitage, St. Petersburg, c. 1500 by Tillman Schnelder. Another example, St. Wolfgang, altarpiece 1471 to 1481, carved in Lindenwood by Michael Pacher, a masterpiece of Christian art in the late Gothic style. Last example is Mount Rushmore and La Pieta. Next classification is sculpture. It is an artistic form which hard and plastic materials are worked into three-dimensional art objects. Kinds of sculpture. First is molded. Artist uses for molded sculpture include clay, wax, paper mache, and plaster. Second is cast. It involves modeling the sculpture, then making a mold and casting it in a metal or medium. Third is carved, using tools to shape something from a material by scraping away portions of that material. Fourth is assembled, pull bits and pieces from just about anywhere into textures forms that please the artist. Proceed to the examples of sculptures are colorblind, color pencil sculpture by Molly Gambardelia. Second is sphere or sculpture. Third, the Dying Hall, the Capitoline Golan Roman marble, copy of Hellenistic work of the late 3rd century BCE, Capitoline Museums, Rome. Next classification is mixed media arts. It is an artwork in which more than one medium material has been employed. It refers to a visual art from that combines a variety of media in a single artwork. Types of mixed media arts. First is collage. This is an art form which involves combining different materials like ribbons, newspaper, clippings, photography, etc. Second is assemblage. This is a third-dimensional variant of the collage with elements jutting in or out of a defined substrate or an entirely 3D arrangement of objects and sculptures. Third is found objects. It is an art. These are objects that are found and used by artists and incorporated into artworks. because of their perceived artistic value. Last type is altered books. This is a specific form where the artist will reuse a book by modifying, altering it physically for use in the work. Proceed to the example of mixed media arts. First is Still Life with Cher Canning, and last, Angels of Anarchy. Next classification is fine arts. It is a visual arts considered to have been created primarily for aesthetic and intellectual purposes and judged for its beauty and meaningfulness, specifically painting, sculpture, drawing, watercolors, graphics, and architecture. Examples of fine arts are Apelles painting by William van Eyck, The Great Tower of Babel by Peter Bruegel the Elder, and the Paris Street. Rainy Day by Gustave Caillebotte. Another classification is mosaic. It is an art, picture, or design made out of any materials assembled together. Mosaic are used as decoration. Examples of mosaic are Stag Hunt mosaic from the House of the Abduction of Helen at Pella, Ancient Macedonia, late 4th century BC. Roman mosaic of Ulysses from Carthage, 2nd century, Adnau in the Bard Museum, Tunisia. Next classification is tapestry. It is a form of textile art traditionally woven by hand on a loom. Examples of tapestry are the Hand of Unicorn. The unicorn found circa in the year 1495 to 1505, the Cloisters Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York City. Anonymous Forest seen with Capalus and Procris, Collection King Baudouin Foundation. Another classification is photography. It is the process of making pictures by means of the action of light. Last classification would be videography. Refers to the process of capturing moving image in electronic media and event streaming media. Types of videography are the following. First is animated explainer. This kind of videography includes animations explaining a specific subject. Next is advertising. A kind of videography are mainly seen at tags where companies advertise their products creatively to lure potential clients. Next is drone. With the increase of the popularity of drones, many of the best teams of video production in Brisbane are now making use of drones to get a bird's eye view and to land the location smoothly without using heavy equipment. Corporate. Styles of corporate videos may rely on each company. Next is documentary. This is a type of video where a subject is documented and is typically good for research or studies. Next is event. One of the famous type of videos and are taken during special events such as party, a wedding reception, a birthday party, and others. Next in line with the topic is curation. In curation, there is people called as art curator, means is in charge of managing collections of works of art for a museum, foundation, or an art gallery. The responsibilities of curation or as an curator, it is an art curator's main duties consist of acquiring, collecting, and cataloging works of art, as well as ensuring their overall care. He or she is also involved in research as he or she writes articles, may prepare and give lectures. Equally, an art curator organizes displays and exhibitions. This involves installing the artworks and objects, negotiating the loans of items from other institutions, writing the documents such as labels, interpretative materials, as well as information panels. So this is the end of my report. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.